All right, guys, we are back with round two Edison format at Epic Cards and Games in Hurst, Texas. We got the return of Bob on the left playing Amaryllis versus yours truly playing Gigavise. Yes, you heard it right, Gigavise. You know what's crazy? I actually was planning to play Diva Hero Beat on this tournament, but then Sal told me, hey, you want to try Gigavise? And I was like, sure, why not? So anyways, Bob goes first, Charge, Mills, Raikou, Botanical Lion, and Hidden Armory. This tournament was 3 rounds of Swiss, cut the top 8. Now, Bob and I both lost round 1. Now, I don't know how to play Gigavise. I've never played the deck. I've occasionally ran into it on ladder. I think I faced it once or twice in person, so I'm just learning as I go. But I told people after RBT Chicago I was going to start just playing a bunch of different decks instead of always playing the big three. So Bob summons Card Trooper Mills, Miracle Fur, Trade In, Foolish. I am playing on my RBT Denver top 8 mat. It does look good on camera, though. All right, so Trooper. And here comes Lone Fire. Lone Fire effect. Bring out... See, like, I don't even know if you're supposed to pop the second Lone Fire. I just don't know. It's not like I watch people. I probably should watch Gigavise Mentions channel. I'll probably learn a lot. But like, I just play casually. All right, so here comes Supervise, Lone Fire effect. Bring out the Copy Plant, Synchro with Copy Plant, and Gigaplant into Power Tool Dragon, and then bring back Gigaplant with Supervise. Now here comes Power Tools effect. Search double Supervise and maybe Mark of the Rose. Okay, so I went for DDR. Maybe I already have the Mark of the Rose in my hand. That's like the only reason. Now I must not be afraid of his back row, but I could also end on a Stardust. So Bob's gonna roll the dice to decide. So I actually put my hands over the cards because it's a bad habit from leftover from spellbooks. I don't know if you guys remember in spellbook format, you would crescent your opponent and like some of the cards you could tell which one it was, and that's why I put my hand over the card. It's just a habit that I picked up from years ago. Anyway, so it looks like I nailed one of the supervises, so I'm deciding on what to make here. I can make so it's either a second. Also, I don't have a Brute Drago because I borrowed this deck from Sal and he does not have a Brute Drago. And what's crazy is I actually have one in my binder. And I just forgot to throw it in there. So yeah, I'm playing without Brute Drago. And Sal told me that it hardly ever comes up. So here comes Nettles. So I'm just planning to make Stardust. But I probably should I have made another power tool? Maybe. So here comes Stardust. Bring out. Yeah, but then I think if I miss, I think the reason I made this play is because if I miss, I won't be able to. Yes, I won't be able to make a Stardust if I miss on the Supervise. So that's why I decided to just make the Stardust here. So was this the correct play? I don't know. I can't remember the rest of my hand. Am I going to continue playing this deck? I'm going to rotate. I'm not sticking to any deck, at least not for like the time being. Eventually I might go back to, Blackwing and Bayou in like a month or so or 2 months. This is just purely for locals. Anyway, so this is the board I end on. 2 back row. Stardust Power Tool. Gigaplant seems pretty good. Now, what I'm curious about is what is Bob's back row that he couldn't stop anything? Maybe a bluff. Bob loves to set bluffs. Some of you guys remember Bob. He's been known for playing these, like, really interesting decks, but he just doesn't play Edison anymore. I think the reason Bob even entered this tournament is because they actually changed the Edison schedule at Epic. It used to be at 2 p.m. on Saturdays, but now that they're promoting Genesis format, it's that they moved Edison to 7. Anyway, here comes Heavy. So I am going to negate. I'm a little afraid of Debris Dragon here because he can go Debris Dragon into Black Rose, but he summons Lila. Lila effect. Hits the trap stun, and I'm deciding whether I want to chain or not, and I chose not to. What else you got, Bobster? You got Bottomless set. He needs to nail an Amaryllis. So he sets 2, one of them being Bottomless. End phase, Mills Regeki Break, Quick Draw, and Jane. Oh yeah, so he's playing Quick Draw Amaryllis with Jane. It's Rhynite. He's gone everybody into Jane. Anyway, here comes Power Tool effect. Get DDR, Supervise. Why am I shuffling so much? Come on, man. What the heck am I doing? I'm just dumb. Heck, he's gonna have to cut the deck anyway. I'm so dumb. Alright, so here comes the die. So you can see here I'm covering the cards. I did play a lot of spellbooks back in my day, in 2013. Fun fact, I taught the very first ARG Circuit series with spellbooks. Which I heard they're gonna they might bring back ARGs. Anyway, here comes Gigaplant effect. Pop the Lone Fire. Probably gonna grab Titanial. So grab Gigaplant. And Bob Bottomless is the Gigaplant. So I have to decide whether or not I negate with Stardust. So if I have DDR, I might just let that go through. Yeah. I'm probably just going to DDR it back. I mean, I have a bunch of cards in my hand. I think I have it looks like I have Supervise too. So attack with Power Tool. Attack over Lila. Bob with the Mirror Force. Okay, so this is going to give Bob a few more turns. Power Tool attack. Gigaplant attack for 24. Leaving Bob at 13. Set 1. End phase Stardust. So he's got Titanial. Okay, yeah. Bob bricked. He's got Titanial, Amaryllis, and DDR. What can you do, Bob? Depends on what your back row is, but... What do you have, like a Wing Blast? Maybe that'll buy you some time. Wing Blast my Stardust. Bring back Amaryllis. Oh, he has Miracle Fur. Okay. Target the Botanical Lion. Yeah, see, in this scenario, Bob should just scoop. Save time. So, one thing I didn't know. I didn't know that Botanical Lion can't be brain controlled. I had no idea. Bob shouldn't have said anything. You see, he pointed at the Botanical Lion. I didn't know. So he could have just let me get the Mark of the Rose. Yes, yeah, that's why I'm reading it. I had no idea that it couldn't be brain controlled. I'm surprised it's never come up. Because I have faced Amaryllis a lot. I have faced that deck like many times because Donnell's played it a bunch on the channel. And as far as Gigavise goes, it's a deck that I've never, like, people just, I don't think, have the confidence in it. I've never ran into it at a big event. Like, I actually fear Dragon Turbo more than Gigavise, because I think people believe in Dragon Turbo more so than Gigavise. I actually have ran into Dragon Turbo at big events, but never Gigavise. Anyways, I take game 1 on my debut with Gigavise. But again, for those of you guys watching, I don't know how to play this deck. I'm just learning as I go. Alright, so I take game 1, or will Bob pull off the Legacy 2-0 and pretty much knock me out of top 8. Alright, so Bob starts off with his own Lone Fire. Get a second Lone Fire, bring out Titanial. So... yeah, like I remember the first time I faced Gigavise, I was playing Machina Quick Draw. This was way earlier in the year. And I could have like stopped my opponent from equipping Gigavise to his Gigaplant. I just didn't think about it. But this is how we learn. Alright, so just Titanial pass. We'll see if this is a hard board for me to deal with. So... looks like I set a monster. Okay, activate Super Solar Nutrient, tribute the Copy Plant. Bring out Lone Fire effect. See, again, I don't even know if you're supposed to dump the second Lone Fire. I need some coaching with this deck. I will say this, though. This deck is fun. I do enjoy playing this deck. Because when it goes off, it might be the most fun deck to play in Edison when it goes off. Because it feels like a mod. It does, like, Dragon Turbo. I've actually played Dragon Turbo before on the channel. Dragon Turbo draws a lot, but the combos aren't like this. They're not like Gigavise has the most, like, it feels like the most like a modern, or at least, maybe not a modern deck, but later Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Maybe it kind of feels like a wind-up deck from like 2012-ish, 2013, or 2012. Alright, so I synchro with the Copy Plant and the Gigaplant into Power Tool. So Bob could have negated Titanial, but he even mentions it when we were playing that I can negate that, right? But he chose not to. That was his call. He chose not to. I would have let him, but... here comes Power Tool Dragon. Supervise, bring back Gigaplant. Power Tool Dragon effect. Let's see. Reveal Mark, and Supervise. Now, I think Bob thinks that I don't have the other Supervise, but I do. I have another Supervise in my hand already, I'm pretty sure. So, nails. You can't see which one I nailed, but I'm pretty sure I already have the Supervise in my hand. Because he thinks it came down to 33%, but I think if I remember correctly, I already had the other one in my hand. Now, the list that Sal gave me, I think he copied it from someone. I can't remember the guy's name, but... okay, Synchro for 7. Another Power Tool, so the Supervise will go to the graveyard. Yeah, see, I'm supposed to bring back the Gigaplant. And Power Tools. See, I don't even know how many... see, this is how you can tell that I already had the... well, I nailed the Supervise, right? It looks like I nailed it, but I already had it. Because right now, you could make the argument that I should grab the third one. But it's already in my hand. So... now I got Mark. Bob is just cooked. If he doesn't have Gores, this is OTK. Yeah, because I'm going to go Supervise. So I'm going to Mark first. Banish the Lone Fire. He's going to negate. Imagine if you... and then here comes Supervise. 2346. And then I'm going to get Titanial, and this should be game. I don't know if this deck plays triple, ooh, I decided to go for Nettles. Why didn't I go Titanial? Well, I'm gonna make a Stardust, I guess. Or... yeah, I could have just gone Titanial. I think this might have been a mistake. Yeah, I think I should have just gone Titanial. I mean, this is game regardless, unless if he has Gores. So, battle. Now remember, I don't have Brute Drago. I could have made that guy as well, but I don't have one. 24. And Bob pretending he has Gores and attack for game with Colossal. Yeah, when the deck draws, the combo is so much fun and it's explosive. I lost round one, but I did go to game three, and I'll give a little spoiler of how things played out off camera. I won my round three match, and I will be returning for top eight because this is not a deck that I'm going to play often. Like I told people that after Shikara, I was going to start rotating decks, and this is one deck that's on the list. And it can be bricky, but man, it can also be one of the most powerful decks. One thing that I've found interesting playing the deck, I'm surprised people don't try maybe there's someone out there who's tried Reckless Greed, but like I remember drawing hands, I'm thinking, man, Reckless might be worth it in this deck because a lot of times you're just missing one piece, and it's usually game. So I get people like Goldsark too, but you can make the argument both. Play both. I don't know. I might try it next time. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you haven't already, please consider joining our members only. I'm uploading a bunch of War League stuff. Edison Format War League featuring myself, the Sheriff, Rhynide, Hobby the Tiger King, two-time YCS champ Cam the Man Neil, WizOp817 Randy, and Adrian. Those links are in the description, and I'll see you guys next time.